All right, friends, welcome to the first whiskey research and development episode of Trenny and C. Today we have the Whiskey Wedge by Corkcicle. We've never used this product.
This is our first time trying it.
We're not sponsored by this product. We don't know these people. They don't know us.
That's right. In fact, we rarely have ice in our whiskey.
Yeah.
But
So
let's try it out.
well, we're going to try it out and see how it goes. And so here we go. Okay, so a few details about the Whiskey Wedge. It can be purchased at Amazon, select stores. You can go to the Corkcicle website and get it. Pricing, $24.99 Canadian or $19.95 in the US.
Okay.
So that's about the price of a bottle of Jim Beam. So you got to compare. Do you want a glass or do you want a bottle?
Yeah. Or do you want both at once?
And it says their slogan is "Goodbye watered down." So we'll let you know. We'll just show you how to prepare the Whiskey Wedge.
Yeah.
Okay, we got our water here.
You don't need to have your water in a separate glass first. Just make
No, you can pour it right out of the tap.
Yeah, this is just for video purposes.
And I would also suggest washing the Whiskey Wedge off before you use it the first time.
After
But
you've
we're
unpackaged it.
not going to do that. We're just going to put it in there. So it has this little top thing, and you just pour the water down that ramp there, and then fill it up to the top.
It says fill line right there. So you basically fill it right to the top, I guess.
Pretty much.
Cool. And that's
I
it.
think we're there.
So that's it.
Not complicated. That's good.
We're not, rocket surgeons, but
No.
we could
No.
do it.
Okay, we're back. So what we're going to do for our research experiment here is we've got the Whiskey Wedge straight out of the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a chilled glass with 2 kind of solid cubes of ice in there. And we've got as every scientist, and every legitimate scientist like us knows, you have to have a control group of unaffected. So that'll be just neat. That'll be a neat whiskey in there.
Maybe we'll add some water to it to see the.
Yeah, later on we can see if it holds up. Have you ever been called a scientist before?
No, I don't think I have.
We use the term loosely here.
Yeah.
So we're going to use.
I'm a bit of a scientician.
Oh, perfect. We're going to use the Bullet 10-year-old because we found when we were drinking it that it can actually handle its water.
That's true. So
we're just going to pour about an ounce into. Well, before we pour it, let's see if we can get the wedge out.
yeah, let's see how this thing actually works.
So this is a piece of silicone.
Yeah.
You pour the water in the top. We'll show you that, or you've already seen that. We'll pour the water in the top, and then it freezes into a wedge. So let's see if we can get the wedge of silicone out of this thing.
Okay. A little bit.
We've never done this before. So.
No.
Okay.
So far, so good.
Okay.
Just ask your local scientician.
There's a little water frozen to the top there.
So maybe it was poured too high. I don't know. Yeah.
I broke that little piece off there. Okay. Broke that little piece of ice out of there, and maybe we'll get it out now. I don't want to break the glass.
No. I mean, if you're really desperate to get your whiskey.
It really wasn't that hard. I'm just
okay.
a weakling.
So I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, bring that
Up close. It's got the wedge there, and leave some space for your whiskey. Anyway, let's try it out.
It looks good.
It looks kind of cool.
It's a nice solid chunk in there.
Yeah.
So like I said, we're going to pour about an ounce into each. And just see.
For the sake of science, it has to be the exact measurement for each glass.
No
correct?
long pours today, yeah.
No.
Let's go neat first.
Okay.
I'm pouring whiskey everywhere right now.
Yeah, we're good.
Waste not, want not.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. That looks nice. I gotta say, this one does look kind of cool.
The glass is actually, it's kind of a heavy glass. It's
Yeah.
nice, but I mean, I know you were drinking out of a dollar store glass the other day.
Yeah, on the road.
When you're on the road.
Yeah.
Which is better than the paper cup.
It's better than paper cup, but also it had that bowl shape kind of look to it, where this is just a square. So, you know, there's, for the sake of science.
So let's do a quick time lapse here and see how the water impacts each of the, or how the ice or the melt factor
The melt
impacts
factor,
each
yeah.
of these. So I'm going to start the clock.
Okay.
Where do you want to start? I guess you should start with the neat one.
Probably, yeah. So
Are you okay with being the whiskey
I'm-
guinea pig?
I am totally fine with it. I think it's the job I was born for, actually.
Wow, right.
So just to be clear again, it's been 2 minutes.
You've got the wedge, 2 ice cubes,
Frosted glass.
frosted glass,
Yeah.
chilled glass, and neat. So
Okay.
why don't you just go right to
All right.
That's kind of the starting point.
That's the starting point. It's pretty smooth. I'm just for the sake of science, rinse my mouth out every time to get a fresh palate. Okay. Okay, I'll say this after. Okay. Let's.
Are you noticing much difference initially?
I am actually.
Good,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now with the wedge. Now do I drink
Yeah,
it
where
in
do
the
you
corner?
where do you drink
Or
from?
do I drink it? Or do you
Drink it. Pour it down. Well, I might pour
Down
it on
the
your face.
down the ice side, like the slope?
Might not come out. Kind of came out all over the place.
Okay, I'm gonna try it from a different angle. Hold on. I'm gonna try the corner. Okay. Well, I mean, first off, I noticed that obviously going from this one to this one, you can't smell the whiskey anymore. The ice completely neutralizes
No.
it. It's I mean, which may be nice for people who don't drink whiskey that often and they're just getting into it. Because sometimes people that are starting with a bourbon or a Scotch, they instantly go, whoa, and
Right.
they don't understand the complexities of the nose yet, right?
And I think that what we're using is 45% alcohol, 90 proof whiskey. So
Yeah. So and
slightly more
we
than.
just got to say also the Bullet Bourbon is it does take water relatively well by
Yeah.
a 10-year-old Bullet Bourbon.
Yeah.
Okay. So going from this one to this one, I noticed actually this seems to be it sweetens it up a little bit. Let me just take a science one more time.
For the sake of science. But how is, you know how you said it neutralized the smell here? Did it neutralize the smell here as well?
Well, actually, I kind of think what if I poured it over the ice part into my mouth and smell it again, it seems like the alcohol attaches itself to that surface area of the ice. So you do get the smell a little bit more.
Interesting.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so we're going to time lapse to 5 minutes, which at this point is like 10 seconds from now.
So we could just keep.
So we'll just keep rolling here.
All right.
At 5, like, what's the melt factor here? I think the ice is melted a little bit. The wedge is still intact.
Yep. The wedge is a big solid chunk of ice, so
I'm not seeing any cracking or it's not splitting into little pieces or anything.
that's right.
like
It's
that.
attached to the side and the bottom, so it's not the whiskey isn't necessarily going under and around the ice, which usually in this,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of makes the ice melt a little bit faster, I would think.
So maybe we're gonna time lapse to like 10 minutes.
I think that's a good
And
idea.
see what happens.
All right.
Okay, we'll be back.
Okay, we are back. We're at the 10-minute mark, and just a couple things to say. We're noticing on the glass, in the whiskey wedge glass, the whiskey where it's touching the angle of the ice, it's actually kind of corroding or eating away at the ice. So if you look at it from an angle,
Still no splits or cracks.
no
though.
splits or cracks. The ice is staying intact. Where this one is.
Our cubes are melting steadily.
Yeah, I'd say that ice lasts longer in the whiskey wedge, just from looks.
Before we make any more comments, let's do a
try it.
quick
Okay.
sip here.
Neat is just delicious, as
So-
always.
The same. Not a problem.
Mm-hmm. Still, you can't smell a thing. Okay, so for my personal taste,
Yeah.
a little bit too melted.
Okay, like watering it down
Yeah.
quite drastically.
Initially, though, the flavors did open up.
Yeah.
Now let's see. Does have a little bit more flavor, so I don't think
Okay.
it's watered it down as quickly.
And that's what you would kind of assume
Mhm.
that the product is doing, right? It should hold up better than ice cubes. Because
Yeah.
it's one solid chunk of ice.
Sorry, I gotta just for sake of science, kind of pour it over the surface area of the ice.
Of course.
Okay, so with that, I think
So right now you're in favor of the wedge.
I'm in favor of the wedge over just the two pieces of ice.
And I mean, now that we're more than 10 minutes into this, one factor is how quick do you drink your whiskey? So if you're drinking your whiskey quite rapidly, the melt factor on the wedge is not really going to be a problem. You could have had a few glasses of whiskey by now, or
Yep.
a couple,
A couple, yeah.
with no problems.
That's right. So I guess the only problem with the wedge is you might want to buy two of them so you can
You've got two, right?
interchange them.
Yeah, because when that ice runs out, you're looking at another 4 hours before you can use that glass
Yeah.
again.
So you're looking at going back to just ice cubes.
Yeah.
I mean, in my personal preference, out of all three, I like it neat the
Sure.
best. But
Sure.
that's just because it's got the most flavor.
Okay, we're coming back after a few more minutes.
We'll meet you at the 15-minute mark. Okay, so this is at the 15-minute mark, and I think we're gonna just probably taste them all one more time. And
I think the only thing that we're not accounting for is having your hands all over the glass.
right,
Right, there would be a warming effect of having your hands all over the glass. But if you drink and then put it down,
yeah, that's true. So this would melt a little bit quicker because you're taking up the whole side of the ice. Unless you hold this side.
yeah, you'd have to be very strategic about your holding of the
Yeah.
glass. Which
So and then
after a couple of glasses of whiskey, you probably are going to forget about that.
yeah, I mean, for most people, there's no strategy in drinking whiskey in the first
Usually-
place.
Yeah.
For us, there seems
Yeah.
to be.
Okay, taste it.
Okay,
It's 15
yeah,
now.
okay. And we don't really have to compare that one.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's good. It's great.
So good, yeah.
You know, I don't even have to wash my mouth out with water now because this is almost completely
Just
water.
water. Perfect.
Yeah. This guy.
Whiskey infused water.
Interesting. I think this has gotten significantly watered down in the last couple minutes.
Really?
But-
yeah, the color is it's almost like a clear. Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Anyway, it still tastes good. I
But
think.
which is better?
I think
cubes or
let's
the
try
wedge?
it here again. This one already, you can tell.
It is better.
Mm-hmm. And now at the 15-minute mark, is this cube coming loose? No, it's kind of
Loosening up a bit. So, give us a final verdict here. Like, forget about the neat. That was just really our control group for tasting
Yeah.
purposes. I mean, do you support this product? Would you buy this wedge?
I think I would. I think it's an interesting thing to have in your collection. You might, I mean, if you're going to be drinking all night, you might want to have a couple of them just so you don't have to switch between the two.
There's a bit of advanced planning required in
Yeah,
having
yeah.
the wedge, which
If you don't want to screw around too much, 2 ice cubes is obviously the way to go, especially if you're drinking it a little bit quicker. But my only kind of comment is I'm just in general not a fan of the square glass. It's a little harder to drink, especially when there's the wedge there, because if you drink this side, if it melts too much, who knows? Is this going to fall on my face?
let's hope so.
Yeah, it did. See that? Anyway,
So a little hard to put a wedge into a curved glass.
this is
though,
true.
so
This is true.
We'll let the people at Corksicle figure that one out later.
Yeah, I think it's a good product, and I would definitely suggest it. It's worth trying out. And for the price, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
So take care of this whiskey, would you?
All right, I'll start with this guy.
Still good?
The best one.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Water.
Oh, wedge in the face. Little wedge in the face.
More flavor, but wedge in the face. But all in all, it's
It won't kill you.
no, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
All right, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Give us a comment, give us your feedback.